Hello, I'm Heartblood. That's the name I use when I sing my songs. When I write them, I go by Professor Pumping Heartblood. That's a pen name I use and have adopted from our sixth son. His name was Matthew. He was a little Down syndrome baby, and he had 2 holes in his heart. We lost him after open heart surgery. He was 4 months and 12 days old. Matthew meant a great deal to us and to the whole family. He was always a special little angel that helped his older brothers along their way. And we see him as a little miracle that came to us. And we are so grateful for him. I was also very grateful to all the people that poured out love. Them little Down syndrome babies have a way of soaking up love. They're so innocent and pure. And my whole family and my wife's whole family all poured out their love, money, and help to us in a time when we desperately needed it. And so I wanted to write a eulogy. And I hadn't slept in 3 days. We had a funeral for Matthew. It went 2 days because we had the people coming in from a long distance. And the funeral home was very surprised. They didn't even think a funeral or a casket would be necessary. We said, well, maybe not for Matthew, but it was for all those that gave Matthew their love. So, 1985, January 20th, which was at the time the coldest day in Kentucky history, recorded history, 20 below. We had 8 inches of snow on the ground, and we couldn't get none of our 3 cars started to get to the funeral home or the Mass at St. Joseph Cathedral. But some of the other people come to pick us up. There was a real crowd, unbelievable amount of people that turned out in that bad weather, that cold, snowy day. The cars were lined up going out 150 towards Frederickstown. And we laid Matthew to rest in Holy Trinity Cemetery next to his grandparents. And the eulogy I wrote was written at the last moment when I hadn't slept for 3 days. I found it very difficult to even think. So I sat down and I prayed in our Father. And I told our Heavenly Father He'll have to write it for me because I couldn't do it. And I picked up a yellow pad, and in about 10 minutes I was done. So I've always felt that I didn't write it, that inspiration wrote it. So I want to share that with you right now. It's Matthew's eulogy. It goes, Matthew means a gift from God. M is for mothers. They are the ones who are covered. M is for mothers. They are the ones who spread love until the whole world is covered with God's blessing. A is for another place and another time. when we'll be together with our brother Matthew. T is for the trials we face each and every day, and T is for the time it took to pass away. For time is neither short nor long, only forever lasts anyway, as God is neither young nor old nor gray. H is such a simple one, even Matthew knows. H is for heaven, where God rests upon his throne. He and his grandson are fishermen, and together they are pulling the nets of God's great seine. W is the wind, just one of the voices God does use when calling all of his children who are spreading the good news. Now Matthew was our brother, and Matthew was our son, and Matthew pulled us together when the house was cold and snow fell upon the roof. Matthew warmed his mother's heart until the whole family knew that Matthew was more than just a special child with special needs. Matthew was a gift for us and for all of you. Now Matthew touched his father's heart, and I think it grew. For tears are not always sorrows, and can have a happy shape like those of God when Jesus met his fate. Matthew, thank you.